Let's start by asking a valid question. What does it take for a tiny landlocked country where the minimum yearly wage is below 1,000 euro to have no crime, no army, no airport, no national bank, in the meantime have the lowest unemployment rates, tax-free market, efficient public health system, the highest longevity index in the world, perfect wine industry, or sport tourism, loading millions of visitors per year? So join me in this virtual tour as I'm taking you right to the answers. Andorra is one of the 6 European microstates, along with the Vatican City, San Marino, Monaco, Liechtenstein, and Malta. With a size of just 181 square miles, which is 2.5 times the size of Washington, D.C., Andorra is situated between Spain and France in the Pyrenees mountain range. Andorra is a principality, co-governed by the President of France and the Bishop of Argel. This makes Andorra the world's single co-principality or diarchy. The livestock in Andorra dates back to Neolithic age around 6640 BC. Following the fall of the Roman Empire, Andorra was remotely ruled by Visigoths from the Kingdom of Toledo. So here's some history unfold, which you will read yourselves as it is quite lengthy. Now some fun facts about Andorra. Number 1. Based on the Independence Day, Andorra is the world's 7th oldest country after San Marino, Sweden, Iran, Spain, Monaco, and Switzerland. Number 2. Based on the rough age, Andorra is the world's 3rd oldest country after prehistoric Persia or Iran and China. Number 3. Andorra is the 16th smallest country in the world by land and the 11th smallest state by population. It only takes a 40-kilometer drive to cross the entire country. Number 4. Andorra is among the safest countries in the world with almost zero incidents of blue crimes or disorderly conduct per year. Number 5. Offices of the government, court and prison are housed in the same building, the House of the Valleys, built in 1580. 6. Andorra witnesses the world's most prestigious cycle race, the Tour de France. Number 7. There is no official army in Andorra. The military budget strictly depends on voluntary donations. Only physically fit Andorran men must serve if summoned during the natural disasters or national emergencies. Number 8. Andorra has never been in war in almost 1,000 years. 9. Andorra is the only country where the official language is Catalan. 10. Andorra is the only co-principality in the world. 11. Andorra neither has a national bank nor its own currency. 12. Andorra has no airport and no rail system, but can boast for an excellent road system. 13. Andorra has over 10 million visitors per year. 14. Andorra la Vella is the highest capital city in Europe. For its mild Mediterranean climate, Andorra is known as the winter paradise with average 300 sunshine days per year. The highest mountain top is Coma Petrosa. Andorra is also known as a tax-free paradise. Andorra's economy is heavily based on the world-class wine and tobacco industries, sport tourism, and general tourism for its enchanting Romanesque buildings, Catholic cathedrals, mountain scenery, and of course the tax-free market that attracts the high-tech, high-jet, high-taste, and high-altitude shoppers. Today, Andorra can boast for high GDP, and tourism is the principal component to it. Raising sheep or mules is Andorra's most important livestock activity, while the manufacturing of cigars, cigarettes, and furniture make up for quite an important industry too. Andorra imports most fish from Spain, although its streams are full of trout and other freshwater goodies. Only the 2% of Andorra's land is used for agriculture due to the lack of arable soil. Andorra has below 2% unemployment rate. Andorra is not a member of the European Union and does not belong to the Schengen zone. Therefore, read some important tips for visa permit and commuting. Here I share some accommodation options. Now, things to do in the capital, Andorra la Vella, the highest capital city in Europe. For a lover of Salvador Dali's surreal madness, the first station will be La Noblesse du Temps, the sculpture of nobility of time, otherwise known as the soft watches. This incredible piece that is often named the landmark of Andorra is located in Plaza de la Rotonda of Andorra la Vella on a bridge overlooking the river Gran Valira. The idea of this monument has sprung from the prototype Dali's canvas from 1931 named Persistence of Memory, one of the most recognizable works of this genius. Since 1934, the painting has joined the collection of the Museum of Modern Arts, or MoMA, in New York City, where it was donated anonymously. Dali's similar canvas, Melting Watch, 1954, uses the presence of a dreamlike essence and ghostly appearance to accentuate the mysterious and the baffling. The next is Casa. It is a house with history. Situated in the main square of Old Town, Casa was built in 1603 on a rock at the valley of Gran River Valira. Casa formerly belonged to a wealthy merchant, Anthony Busquets. From 1702 to 2011, it was the seat of the National Assembly. A great deal of operations of the Andorran executive, legislative, and judiciary government took place in this building. A rocky cliff in the front offers a splendid vista. On the facades and the lateral sides are dates and sculptures commemorating pivotal moments of Andorra. The shield on the entrance is engraved with Virtus Unita Fortior, the motto of Andorra. Translated to United Virtue is Stronger. If you visit Andorra for a romantic week, consider taking the Sola Irrigation Canal Trail, a pleasant walk along the canal, opening fascinating views of the mountains. This trail does not require full hiking gear. The entire adventure is a matter of 10 to 15 minutes, but if you plan to reach Ordino, consider that 10 kilometers are waiting ahead. Park Central is my next stop. Designed by the architect Fantova, this is the place to relax, socialize, breathe, dance, fall in love. Why not? Next is Església de Sant Esteve, a church standing in the old quarter of Andorra la Vella alongside the parliament. This is a landmark building of the 12th century Romanesque origin, considerably modified in the 20th century. Of the Romanesque era, we are given the semicircular apse, the largest in Principality. Saint Esteve hosts Romanesque mural paintings, now spread between the Catalonia National Art Museum and two private collections. Of particular note are some paintings of souls from the 18th century. Outside is a semicircular apse preserving its original Lombardian decoration and a bell tower restored in 1940. The mountain tourists typically head to the Gran Valira ski resort. Remember that Andorra is markedly colder than Spain, so the best month for skiing is March to have both perfectly powdered hills and warm sunshine. Most visitors devote a day on zigzagging on the cutter before their short trips to Barcelona. The slopes are well connected and in good condition. Even on the most crowded days at the base, you can always find fresh tracks if you know your way around the mountain. Free Wi-Fi is available in the dense spots. From Canillo to Pa de la Casa, you only need one slope and less than an hour to hit your muscles. A drive through the Pyrenees is an event of life. Grab a hearty sandwich, hot tea or coffee, put on the dark glasses, and hit the ski. Enjoy the ride. It's good for the soul. From the mountains to downtown, you will land in Pointe de Paris, a beautiful bridge in the city center, near Avinguda Meritexel, a shopping street. Now, those are things that you shouldn't do in Andorra. You can read those tips later in your own pace. Now, about the Andorran cuisine. While the Andorran wines and tobacco are world famous, there is no specific Andorran cuisine. It's simply Catalonian or Catalan mountain cuisine. Many of the la carte restaurants for the sophisticated palates operate at a limited schedule, some 4-6 hours per day and 6 days per week. El Crasto, Barri Antique or Cocos Note are just a few among many good restaurants and pubs in the town. Tipping in Andorra is optional and not expected. If you have a tipping plan, come with cash. As in most of the European countries, the charge on the card cannot be adjusted. The staple starter is ham tomaquet, which is tomato bread toasted with olive oil. Andorran dishes are heavy on pasta, lamb, rabbit, game, pork, poultry, potatoes, eggplant, cabbage, celery, spinach, cedar nuts, almonds, chestnut, dry fruits, white mushrooms served on cream saffron sauce or sponge mushroom in the chili pepper stew. Autumn is the time for gastronomical festivals like Fira de Bolet, Festival of the Noble Mushrooms. Popular Catalonian entrees are cargos a la lona, cooked snails, suquet de pax, which is seafood casserole, and escalivada, various grilled vegetables. One of the most consumed Catalan dishes in winter is escudella, pork loin or sausage stew with veggies. When cooked with shell macaroni, it is called sopa grossa or potage. It is paired with desserts like coco masagada, a mix of egg yolks, milk, flour, sugar, anise and cognac, and turan, almond nougat bars. Another popular winter dish is trinxat or trinchat in Catalan, which means chopped, and that's a cabbage, potato, garlic mousse decorated with bacon. In February, there is a local celebration of Carnestoltes, or the Feast of Sardines. In spring, just after Lent, the most consumed desserts are bagnols de vin and mona de Pascua. In late spring, when the fishing season starts, trout becomes the staple food. It is roasted in the frying pan and served with almonds and ham. In summer, the central dish becomes chicory salad from leaves and bacon, which can be customized by adding snails or quince. Summertime restaurants enter a race for serving the best cannelloni puffs and dumplings filled with ground meat in bechamel sauce. Wild boar, rabbit, and duck barbecue are the central summer dishes. Traditional dessert relies on shortcake with cedar nuts and cream. An Andorran classic is nectar, a natural syrup from the conifer cones, an ideal filling for the garden salads and matto cheese. And here is the list of famous Andorran wines. For extensive winery charts, visit Naira Madevosian's tour books and wine books. Now about the music life and celebrations.
Es la fiesta mayor de Andorra. Estamos en agosto del 2016 y bueno, hay una presentación de actuación de música medieval de este grupo. Es bonito.
Andorra has a classic music orchestra and national opera house. Here are the websites, phone number, and email address. You may also have heard about the comic opera Le Val d'Andorre, The Valley of Andorra, by Framental Halavi, with a libretto by Saint George. The opera was translated into German and produced in 1849 in Leipzig. In 1850, it opened in London. It got mediocre review. However, it was graced by Queen Victoria's visit. Healthcare. According to several Commonwealth reports, Andorra's healthcare system, CAIXA, is ranked number 4 in the world in terms of equality, efficiency, and entrance care, similar to that of France. Andorra is the 3rd in the world per its life expectancy index after Japan and Switzerland. Education is compulsory between the ages 6 and 16. There are 3 distinct schooling systems, and parents are free to choose between the French, Andorran, and Spanish systems for their children. There is a primary school in every parish. Andorra practices a hybrid rule of law system, supplemented with Roman law and based on Napoleonic civil law and customary Catalan law. Courts apply the customary laws of Andorra. The crime index is too low. Subscribe for new tours, and remember, the next destination will start with letter B. And while you are waiting for the next episode, try to solve this quiz. The answer key is provided. So long.